Hello everybody, Tim Robson here, going out for 2 nights camping. Carlisle195 is just finished work. I'm going to walk up to the rendezvous point and meet him. Don't know if any of you will be able to tell. That stuff falling from the sky is snow. We're forecasted for a reasonable dose of snow as far as I can tell, and temperatures down to maybe -3, -4. If we were up at a bit altitude, I think it would be a bit colder. I think they were saying higher up it's going to be down to -10 tonight, so should be an interesting night. Just set off from my house about 10-15 minutes ago, so I've got maybe about 45-minute walk to meet John. Oh, that's me and John met up now. We're just on our merry way. Yeah, just left the bench. Got a couple of miles
on here. This is how I strap my chest bag to my thing. Actually, because I've showed it like off. It's hooked onto these little widget things here.
And little D-rings.
Yeah, and then...
And they're just plastic D-rings as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah, well the camo ones held for years. But and they didn't even wear out. It was actually the main shoulder straps that wore out beforehand. And it just hooks on that, and I just push it out away from my groin.
And I tell you everybody, that chest bag there weighs near enough as much as the Bergen I've got on my back. And I've carried John's bag before and it weighs twice as much. Total machine. Well, I've just got to camp, and yeah, maybe been here for about 15-20 minutes. Just got my my stove on, making a brew. It's burning away fantastic. I'm really liking this stove. It helps to spend just a little bit of time processing your wood. This kindling that we collected last time, it's bone dry, and just battoning it down into little, little sections, little tiny sticks. It worked fantastic. Well, we've got a nice fire going now. Been here for a while, maybe an hour or two. Got everything set up. John's got his tarp and hammock and everything set up. I've got my underquilt out so it fluffs up nicely for when I go to bed. Aye, everything's grand. We got here and somebody had added to the little seating area. They'd put like a spit post over with a little hook, a little pot hook. And yeah, just cut some more wood and added that wall over there, which is pretty cool. It's nice that somebody's been and used it and appreciated it, not been an arse and ripped it to shreds. Aye, it's a pretty cold night. I've just taken my thermometer out of my bag, so give it a wee while to accustomise, and we should have a bit of a reading on what temperature it is. I'm pretty sure the weather said it was going to be, -4 or below in rural areas, and I'd class this as in a rural area. Plus we're right down by the river. We're at the riverbank camp again. And you know what they say about cold air accumulating at the bottom of valleys? Well, we're right at the bottom of a valley, so hopefully it should be a good test for my underquilt. I think the coldest I've had my underquilt down to is about -3, and that was here. So hopefully should get down to below that, and we should get a good test of the underquilt. I really want to take it down to -10 if I can, try and see if it copes with it. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't do. It's got loads of down in it. It's very, very squishy and fluffy and nice. Anyway, I'm gonna just jig about and do some stuff. I'll bring you back later on. Well, as you can see, the fire's got bigger.
It always happens.
Yeah. We've got a load more wood cut with the chainsaw and split all these logs. Super dry. It's burning away really nicely. And John's cooking burgers. So things are really good. The burgers are looking really nice. Very nice. John's now got the bacon on for these bacon cheeseburgers. Oh well, minus the cheese.
Bacon beef burgers.
Bacon beef burgers, yeah. Gonna be well nice. Got all the bacon on there. This fire's kicking out some real nice heat. Well, I'm going to bed. More I am in bed. And there's a nice layer of frost on the inside of my top. Nicely glistening away. Anyway, off to sleep. See you in the morning. Morning everybody. I had a great night's sleep. Absolutely wonderful. So nice and warm, despite the fact that it was like -4. It's a beautiful morning this morning. I've just I woke up about an hour ago, just flipped my tarp over all onto this side and just been lying in the sun. It's beautiful. Just listening to the birds sing. Really nice. Well, that's us packed up now. It's been a nice morning here. Beautiful morning. Lovely bit of sunshine. Yeah. It was a very cold night last night, down to possibly about -4, -4.5. My thermometer said -3.9, and yeah, it's got a 0.5 degree temperature variation, so could have been a little bit lower, could have been a little higher. My Bergen packed up. John's got all his gear packed up. Fire's out pretty much, just last little few embers. I'm gonna pour some water on that before we go. Aye. We came in through that woodland last night. Got into that wood about maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock. Trudged through all the mud and over these 2 fields. And now we're going into that woodland, across the top of that ridge to the big woodland camp. The path up there's even worse than the one we've just dealt with, so I'll film a bit of that to show you. Really nice place here. There's loads of snowdrops everywhere, which is nice, and you get a good amount of bird song as well. Very nice place. Well, here we are, first bit of the path. Not been up this path for maybe a month, and it's still just as rotten. It's quite a steep bit of the path, this.
Deep right there.
Whoa! Sludgy. It's one of the first little gullies. There's lots of going up and going back down again in this wood. She's totally knackering. This is a bit where you have to go down the landslide. You can see the land's actually torn and started sliding. And there's the rest of it down there. And then back up the hill. Some steps that are no more. Well, I'd say we're just about maybe halfway there now. That's looking back towards where we've just come from. That little group of trees over there is where we were just camping. Here's the second gorge that we've got to go down and back up again. Down these sketchy steps that are built for giants. Down that way, and then onwards through the forest. Well, we've just got here to the woodland camp. It's been a good walk. Still a really nice day. Never mind DFS, eh? This is the sofa I'll happily have. John literally was here for 2 minutes and started ratching, and yeah, has improved this seat tenfold. Armrests, built up backrests each. We've even got a nice footrest. It's really comfortable. And we can sit and survey the nice woodland scene. Big fire pit. I've got my stuff set up. John's got his set up. The awesome bench. Beautiful sunlight streaming in through the trees. And I've got my super awesome underquilt set up. This thing is getting puffier with age. Yeah, the longer I have it and the more I keep it unpacked at home, you know, like as soon as I get home I'll unpack my underquilt and it goes on my bed as an extra quilt because it's nice and warm. But it just seems to be kind of reinvigorating the down. That, and I've got a dehumidifier in my house as well that keeps my house at, like, you know, 45–50% relative humidity all the time. So I think when I got this down it was a little damp and like old. Well, it is old. Came out with some pillows and duvets and things that were made like 50 years ago, but had never really been used. They'd been stored, you know, in airing cupboards, just nicely stacked for years and years, so they obviously have been compressed down a bit much, but the longer I've had it, the more loft I get out of it. It's so squishy and fat, like that's how fat it is, and that's just one chamber. I'd say there's a good 4 or 5 inches of loft in it. I love it. All the bags of kindling there that we processed up from the last camp. Great kindling for the wood gas stove, that stuff is. John's up there collecting some firewood so he can get some breakfast on, like a boss. There's breakfast. Some really nice bacon sarnies. Got a pot of water on for a brew. Yeah, grand job. Oh, we've just been down to the riverbank, down to the beach, and down there, and sawn up loads of trees that were washed up by the flood like we did on the other place. Carried them up this big steep hill, and yeah, just been splitting them. Nice bit of firewood for the next hour maybe. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. But yeah, that's going to do us some good, because on a fire of a decent size, sticks just burn out instantly and you're constantly foraging for them, so logs are a lot better. Like, fire's lit nicely now. It's hardly taken any time to get all those logs burning. John's on John's on cooking duty. Apple pie in the oven. Chicken wings. Steaks.
Chicken legs.
Oh, chicken legs.
Chicken legs.
Steaks and tagliatelle.
Yep.
They're going to be very nice. There's the steak and tagliatelle. Cajun chicken legs.
Cajun chicken. Nice.
Looks really good. Well, it's fully dark. It's been dark for a few hours now. Not really done much filming because we've just been badgering around collecting wood. It's not much to shoot, just my head torch light showing you not very much. John's just chopping up some of the new pine that we went and sawn out of some old dead trees. Fire's absolutely blazing now. Loads of heat coming out of it. Last meal for the night's on. It's gonna be, well, I don't know what I'm saying. It's gonna be jam roly-poly and custard, which is amazing. The jam roly-poly pudding's been in the oven for a while and it's cooked off really nicely. John's just sorting the custard. Very tasty. Oh. Just standing here, getting the last amazing bit of warmth out of this fire before I go to bed. The embers in this are kicking off some amazing heat. Well, that's just finished. We've packed up and we're nearly back. It's been a really muddy walk. It's a kind of cold grey day today as well. Anyway, hope you've all enjoyed. Feel free to comment and like my video. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe.